Welcome to Colombia! Today's topic in Colombiafrank Talk are the 17 heritage towns of Colombia. Today we are in Divino Café. It's actually a coffee right next to my office, which is small but very pretty. They have coffee from Pitalito. That's in the department of Huila. And Huila is actually one of the departments where Colombia produces most of its coffee. The owner is from Pitalito and all the coffee is coming from his parents' finca. You can just go and have a coffee, or also he offers the whole coffee experience with tasting and explaining everything. It's a very nice place to go in La Candelaria. It's very original Colombian experience you can get here. So let's start with the 17 heritage towns of Colombia. I've been to 8 of these 17 and we'll have the list below in the description of the 17 heritage towns of Colombia. For everybody who is interested in history and culture, those towns are just incredible. To give you a little background, the Spaniards, they came to Colombia in 1499 for the first time, and they settled for the first time in Santa Marta in 1522. And the foundation of those towns was quite sequential because Colombia is so big, so when they arrived in the Caribbean coast, they made all their way inland, and step by step they conquered the land and towns and founded new towns. So this is why today we have 17 wonderful, beautiful towns founded sequentially in different dates. So let's talk about the ones I visited, and I will tell you what you can expect over there. Let's start with the one which is next to the Caribbean coast, very close to Cartagena. It's called Santa Cruz de Mompos, and this was founded in 1537. The core of the town is actually quite small, expanded a lot, and the outer part is not historical at all, but the inner part is very beautiful. It's very small, has some good restaurants, and the specialty is it's right next to the River Magdalena. And the River Magdalena was always the main transport way of Colombia. So that means you actually can go there by ship. The next one on the list is, to me, the most beautiful colonial style historic town in Colombia. It's in the department of Santander and is called Barichara. It's so well conserved, and it's just, you arrive there and you feel in a different time. It's so beautiful. You have good hotels, you have good food. When you drive to Barichara, you drive by the canyon of Chigamocha, which is awesome. It's the landscape you see, it's just beautiful. The whole department of Santander actually is very, very natural based. It's awesome department. I always like to go there. You have a very close San Gil to do adventure sports. I think that's a topic for a different time. But Barichara, it's for sure top of my list. The next one is Honda. That was founded in 1539. It's also on the Magdalena River, and it's like 3 hours from Bogota. And when you drive to Medellin or you drive to the Caribbean coast, you pass through Honda or close by. It's a very nice little town. It's not too touristy. It's on a little hill. And I've been there just for a short moment. I think it's, if you're on the way to somewhere, it's good to make a stopover, but I'm not sure if it's worth staying a couple of days. Next on the list, Jardín. This is in the department of Antioquia and about 3 to 4 hours drive south of Medellin. It has a very good climate, is surrounded by hills, and has a very nice roof. We actually have a separate YouTube video for Jardín. I suggest you check the link. It's a beautiful town, and I can recommend you warmly to visit it. It's really beautiful. A little bit closer to Medellin, you have Santa Fe de Antioquia. It's temperature-wise a bit warmer. I think it's like 45 minutes from Medellin. We also have a video on Santa Fe de Antioquia. You should check that out, and then you see how it is like. Then we have Monguí, which is situated in Boyacá, the department north of Bogota. From the capital, it's like 2 to 3 hours drive, and it's a little bit higher than Bogota, so it can get quite cold in the night. Hotel-wise, there is not too much of an offer. You have one which is quite good at the main square. The other ones are more or less. But what you find there is a very interesting páramo. If you're interested in nature. And páramos, as I don't know if you're familiar with páramos, they start at around 3,000 meters. They're between 3,000 and 4,500 meters, and they serve as a sponge. So that's where all the water comes from in Colombia. In Monguí, they're also famous for producing footballs, and that's actually all I have to say about Monguí. The next one on the list is Salamina. It's also one of my favorites because it's in the department of Caldas. That's one of the departments of the Coffee Triangle, and it's about 2 hours driving north from Manizales. It's a bit a hassle of getting there because you have around 1 million curves, and if you get car sick, probably it's not the best destination for you. But what you find if you go to Salamina, it's a beautiful, historic, colonial style town, and you feel like time stood still. You have a really village-like, not much going on, very little tourism, and very close also you find wax palms in Valle de Cocora. So for my clients, usually when they have a little bit more time, they're relaxed, I send them there instead going to Valle de Cocora and Salento, because it's much more original. I like it a lot, but as I said, it's a bit a hassle to get there. Last but not least, there is Villa de Leyva. This is probably the most famous historic town of Colombia because it's very close to Bogota. So many travel groups and travelers who come to Colombia, they combine Bogota with Villa de Leyva. It's between 3 and 4 hours driving, and it's a beautiful historic town. You have good hotels, you have good restaurants, you have nightlife, but you have national tourism. That means on weekends or festivos, public holidays, which you have 18 a year in Colombia, or Easter week, Semana Santa, it's packed. It's so full, and actually to foreign tourists I do not recommend to go there. But during the week it's just a perfect getaway, and the main square is very special because it's huge, and it used to be used for military exercises. That is why so big. This is a short description of the 8 out of 17 Pueblos de Patrimonio, the Heritage Towns of Colombia. Check them before you come to Colombia. It's worth a visit, and for sure it will improve your Colombian experience. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, write me any comments, like the video, and see you next time. Bye from Colombia.